Hi guys, I am backstage at the New London Theatre where School of Rock is playing, and I'm here to chat to Gary Trainor, who has just taken over the role of Dewey Finn. How's it going?
Yeah, really good, loving life.
So you started out as the alternate in the show, and now you've taken it over full time. How does that feel to be?
It's great actually. I mean, as an alternate, you do get a certain amount of shows each week. I get 3 shows a week, so you did have enough time to like put your own stamp on it and sort of bed the show in. But I suppose everybody wants to be the lead in a way, and it's really nice. It's nice to have more shows, to just have more time with it as well, like, and see the audiences every night, Saturday nights, Friday nights.
Yeah, and does it feel different now you're doing it full time?
I think, well, I suppose because it's such a high energy show, like physically, I've felt it over the last couple of weeks, so it's just, I sleep a lot more. But yeah, and I sort of have to stretch out a lot more and sort of watch my own. I always find these little bruises everywhere. I'm just getting more and more bruises.
I can imagine.
But no, it's all fun.
I can't believe it's only been open since October last year. It feels like it's been going for years.
I know. I suppose it's a testament to how many people talk about it still.
Yeah.
We seemingly are quite a big hit in town, so that's
winning awards.
That's also nice. Yeah, children got the Olivier Award. We won Best New Musical, What's on Stage. So yeah, I mean it's been a nice 7 months now,
something like that.
Yeah, since we opened.
Because it didn't. I was looking today. It was nominated for loads of awards on Broadway, but I don't think it won any of them.
I don't think anything won anything in front of Hamilton.
So I don't know. You would think, being such an American kind of show, it would do much better on Broadway, but it kind of feels as though the British audiences have embraced it maybe more.
Yeah, I think the story is just great. I mean, like it's farcical in a way. I think the British love farce, and the whole concept of someone pretending to be a substitute teacher in a prep school. I mean, nowadays we know that just wouldn't wash.
No.
But just the farcical nature of the situation that you find themselves in, and then he starts a band with these incredible children. I mean, I think that's what people take to the heart, and the story is just fun, and you see the transformation of the children, and oh my God, how amazing they play as well, live, every night. So I think that's what sort of strikes a chord with West End audiences especially.
So you've touched on it a little bit there, but for people that maybe haven't seen the show, what's it about? What's the story?
So the story's about Dewey Finn. He is a wannabe rock star. He's a bit of a one-track-minded person. He to the point that he doesn't do adulting very well. He doesn't have a gainful employment. He's in bands, but he forgets to pay his rent. He then gets an ultimatum to be kicked out of the flat or pay up the rent, and so he needs to make money quickly. And there's a phone call comes through for his flatmate, who is a substitute teacher. So he pretends to be the flatmate, gets into Horace Green Preparatory School, and to try and make money to pay his rent so that he can keep going to Battle of the Bands. He's subsequently kicked out of his band, so he then has to try and find a new band, and of course in the school he sees his incredible musicians, students playing classical instruments. So he thinks, I could make a rock band out of these guys. So yeah, he does. And the rest is sort of how he goes about it, and the sort of espionage of trying to set up a band in a prep school without the principal knowing.
It's very good, very funny. I've seen it a few times. It famously made famous by Jack Black in the film. How do you approach the character with such an iconic kind of representation in the film? How do you make it your own, and how have you approached it?
I think the Jack Black is such an iconic movie actor, and his sort of comedy is very specific. But I think the one main feature of that character is just high energy. Just is like that one-track-minded fanaticism of rock and roll. And I think if you take that in as as a starting point for your humor, I mean, I take inspiration for so many people like Robin Williams, Jack Black himself. You can then start playing with it just as you know that he needs the energy. He's one-track-minded, and you go for it. I think hopefully you do it justice.
Just dive in.
Yeah, just dive right in.
Do you have a favourite part of the show?
There's a couple of parts. I think when you start seeing in You're in the Band, when you start seeing the children, change from this stiff upper lip person into like a little, oh, maybe I can like go a bit and rock out a bit.
Yeah.
I think that's when things, and that's when you feel the audience really sort of settle to the idea of these kids rocking it out, and from then on in, I think it's just a roller coaster to the very end. But yeah, so I think so. If you're in the band, it's a really lovely moment in Act 1. Also, there's probably a lot of sweat. Front row, I like to call the splash zone.
Yeah, you can like ponchos.
Yeah.
So, is it true that you got the role by writing to Andrew Lloyd Webber?
Well, I mean, as much as I would love that to be true, there's an element of that. I did write the letter. I wrote to Andrew and I wrote to Julian Fellows, and they did subsequently read them, but I don't know how much influence that had on me getting the role. The truth of the matter was my agents pushed and pushed and pushed for me to be seen, and once I got in the first door, I managed to get the second and third audition, and then we waited, and we finally got a phone call. So, and then actually when I started rehearsals, that's only time when I found out that the letters were ever read. Because Julian Fellows wrote me an email and says, "I got your letter. I'm so glad it all worked out." So
you kind of, I imagine when you wrote those letters, you never thought.
Well, that was the thing. I actually took a picture of them because I was like, "There they go. They'll never be seen." But it's just, I think, because I loved the movie so much, and I always sort of like, I played music in pubs and all the rest, and was compared to like an Irish Jack Black. By my girlfriend, she makes and so I was like, oh yeah, that's the role for me, and I just really wanted it. I think it was the first time I've ever sent a letter like that out. And I think, well,
proper old school letter.
Yeah.
I think the letters, the handwritten letter, is underrated now.
It's always nice. I can't remember the last time I received a handwritten letter.
So why should people come and see School of Rock?
So come see School of Rock to just have a wonderful evening. I mean, you will. The wonderful thing about the show is that we go a bit further than what the film did, in the sense of like you see a little bit more of the backstory of the children, and actually that they're being, sort of the parents are not listening to them. I mean, If Only You'd Listen is one of their big songs. They, the parents want the best for them, but they're not actually seeing what the child wants as well. So you see the transformative nature of the music for the kids. So there's quite an emotional section as well, but it's funny. There's moments of, utter slapstick. There's moments of downright belly laughter, and just the music is phenomenal.
It is just song after song.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no filler, is there? It's just complete, like catchy number after catchy number.
As a testament to Andrew as well, because a lot of people have criticised him for going in to do a show like this, but he started out doing rock and roll, and actually the music that he's written for the show just, I think, really lends itself to the story and takes you on the journey.
That's brilliant. Go and check it out. School of Rock is playing at the New London Theatre until the 14th of January at the moment, 2018.
I believe so, yeah.
I will put a link in the description below to where you can buy tickets. Thank you very much for talking to me.
Thank you.
We are going to play a quick game, Knowing Me, Knowing You. So I will put a link in the description below to where you can watch that video as well. Thanks very much. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Bye.